My name is Gary Campbell. I'm a director of a recruitment company. I've been working in the recruitment industry for about 8 years now. When I first left the military, I joined a franchise, and I was with that franchise for 4 or 5 years. When I left the franchise, I had issues, contractual issues with them. Building up to contacting insolvency and law, I'd been through a lengthy court procedure. I'd won my case, the claim was dismissed, and I was awarded costs. From the trial onwards, I was chasing those costs, but wasn't getting anywhere. The other paying party were proving very difficult. Although with the legal proceedings to this point, I dealt with them myself, I was now in a position where I had absolutely no idea of what I was doing. I had no idea of the avenues open to me, and I certainly had no idea of what I could do through the courts. Although I'd got over the worst of it, I did have a lot of money owed to me, which I'd paid out throughout the last 3.5 years, and I had to get some of this back. I was very nervous at this stage. I was very uneducated. I had absolutely no idea of what to do next. I looked into avenues for chasing the money that was owed to me and that had been ordered by the court, and I found that there were 2 or 3 avenues open to me via the courts, which I had to deal with myself. When I looked into these in more detail, the success rates were not high at all. So I Googled a professional company to see if I could be helped that way. I came across insolvency and law, and I phoned Peter Murray straight away. It was very obvious very quickly that Peter knew exactly what he was talking about. I explained the avenues that I was willing to take first before I worked with insolvency and law. He went into a lot more detail, how I could do things better, and what I should do next, and this is what I ultimately did. The next step I wanted to take from reading online was to get the bailiffs involved, but as I said before, this has a very low success rate. When I initially spoke to Peter advised me to go for a winding up petition. I presented him with all the details of what had happened, all the paperwork that I had, and everything that had happened recently. And it ticked every box for me to go to a winding up petition. I was very keen on being aggressive. The other side had been very aggressive with me for 3.5 years, and now that I was in the driving seat, I wanted to get aggressive with them, and this is the route I took. Once we started the process of the winding up petition, everything moved very quickly. Although the other side had chances to stay, they had chances to appeal, ultimately, they never followed through on anything. Peter stayed firm. Peter was very aggressive. I actually had to do very little except for provide Peter with the information, and it was all sorted out very, very quickly. I learned a lot using the winding up petition route. I learned how quickly it can move. I learned how serious a process it is. We have actually already spoken to Peter about using his services for our business moving forward. Although this was a personal matter, myself and my business partner saw how effective it was and how quick it was, and we will be calling Peter should we need to use this avenue in the future. What I would say to people who are sitting on the fence, that's exactly what I was doing. I was unsure what to do. I was unsure what the best route to take was, and I wanted it solved as quickly as possible. It had been going on for a long time, and I wanted it to end as soon as possible. If you're sitting on the fence, you've got nothing to lose by giving insolvency and law a phone call. Peter, once he's got the facts in front of him, will be able to advise you straight away. And if it was the same as what happened with me, you'll have a clear route to follow, and you'll be able to start the route that day. I would 100% recommend insolvency and law to companies who were in the same position that I was in, who are owed money and who have no other option but to be aggressive trying to get that money back.